What's up, everyone? Coach Steve coming after you solo this week with our MLS top plays for week 5. We're looking to bounce back this week after a few misreads last week. We've got a number of plays that we like, starting with Chicago, draw no bet at Philly, plus 125. Philly so far is just bad. They have not played well at all. They're coming off um, three straight losses in the league, four straight losses in the league to open the season, plus losing in the CONCACAF Champions Cup to Club America. They just played in the midweek. We expect some fatigue there. And we like Chicago with the protection against the draw in Philly at plus 125. Moving on Saturday to Atlanta against DC United. Atlanta's starting to show some signs of life, but they haven't kept a clean sheet. DC has not kept a clean sheet in a while. We like the over 2.5 here at minus 115. Good value for an over 2.5 in MLS. Dallas versus Houston. Both teams have scored over 2.5, minus 110 in this derby match. Both these teams have been involved in goal scoring matches lately. Head to head, too. We expect them to go at each other. Dallas coming off a 3-3 in San Diego against San Diego. Houston coming off a 3-2 win against Portland in a match that they themselves received a red card. We think that they are both good for goals here. LAFC minus 110. Yes, I know they played in the midweek, but when you get them on the money line at minus 110 against an Austin side on back-to-back losses, I'm going to take my chances here on one of the best teams in MLS on the road. San Jose getting a goal at Vancouver minus 115. Yes, Vancouver finalists last year, one of the best teams in the league, but they're coming off back-to-back losses in the CONCACAF Champions Cup against Seattle. Seattle also beat San Jose last weekend, but I think fatigue could become a factor here. Getting San Jose with a goal protects you against a one-goal loss at a good Vancouver side. I just think there's good value there to be played. Sporting against Colorado, over 3.5 goals. Both these teams tend to be involved in pretty high-scoring matches. Casey doesn't keep clean sheets. Both teams tend to score in their matches. And Colorado, their last two matches, 4 goals, 5 goals. We expect goals here in Kansas City between Sporting and the Rapids. Then we move to Sunday, where we've got NYC FC hosting Miami. I like the over 3 here. Miami played in the midweek against Nashville, so we could see some roster turnover, but NYC matches tend to be high scoring. Over 3 at minus 120 is not a bad number on that. Could be a push, but I expect at least 3 in this one. And then also going with Miami draw no bet. I mean, when you get Miami draw no bet at a number that is as playable as it is here, which is plus 110, I think you got to take a chance. Yes, there probably will be some roster turnover, lineup turnover in terms of having just played Nashville in the midweek, but they tend to play NYC very well, and I think they have enough to at least get a draw here and possibly win at plus money. Then I talked about Seattle earlier and their big wins in the CONCACAF Champions Cup against Vancouver. They are at Minnesota, who they just are not playing well, especially defensively. They just got absolutely hammered their last 2 matches against Vancouver 6-0, Nashville the week before 3-1. Granted, those are 2 of the better teams in the Western Conference, but Seattle's hot right now, coming off of back-to-back wins against Vancouver in the Champions Cup. Like I said, they beat San Jose last week on the road. Prior to that, they also went to St. Louis to won. They won against Colorado. Their only loss was a 2-1 loss to Real Salt Lake. So far this season, they're playing really well. And their draw no bet is minus 120. So I think getting them with the draw protection on the road, even if they do turn over their lineup a little bit after playing in the midweek, I think they are a solid pick. And I really like their team total at over 1.5, plus 110. I mean, Minnesota, like I said, has been bleeding goals, 9 conceded over the last 2 matches. Another team I'm looking for a bounce back here. LA Galaxy lost last week against Sporting Kansas City at home, surprisingly, sandwiched between 2 CONCACAF Champions League matches. I think they bounce back here, and I'm not even taking them to win. I'm just taking them to score goals because Portland concedes. The Galaxy team total over 1.5 is minus 105. I really like that one. And then to close out the weekend, I'm going to fade a team that I really like so far this season, which is San Diego FC. They're coming off a rough loss against Toluca on the road in the CONCACAF Champions Cup. And it puts them in a precarious spot here because a lot of matches the past couple weeks, they had a 3-3 draw against Dallas last weekend where they blew a 2-goal lead on the road, conceding in the 90+ fifth to Pitar Musa, who ended up with a hat trick against them. And they were helped by 2 penalty kicks in that match. So I think this is a good spot to get Real Salt Lake, who has won 3 in a row, getting plus half a goal, double chance, whichever way you want to look at it, Minus 105, I think, is a good number. I think Real Salt Lake can go to San Diego, get a result, and cash for us with just a draw. That's all they need. And I think San Diego's vulnerable here. So those are our top plays for MLS Week 5. Hit us in the comments with your favorites and let us know what you're riding or fading.